welcome back. Update time. This month has been really great. I'll just start telling you about it in order. Started off with a hike with my friends. This is my first hike. I feel like it's like my first like actual hike that I've been on because I went on a little one during the holidays with the family, but it was like half an hour. This one ended up being 3 hours long. But it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. Great bonding time with some of my friends, and the weather was just so nice, and the landscape was like, mainly because it reminded me of New Zealand and Hobbiton and Lord of the Rings and that kind of stuff, which I love. Yeah, we had a blast. It was really fun. I've done some other little things just with the friends that I've made here, going to the beach, of course, and baking and babysitting, and yeah, it's just really cool to, like, every day, as time passes, the more I get reminded of how much of a community that I have here and how cool that is, that there's these people here so far from home that are totally supporting me and teaching me and guiding me and just treating me as family, and so that is just so good. I'm really glad for that, and so if you prayed for that, thank you so much. A fun little adventure that happened. The house that I live in is wonderful. It's beautiful. It's just so nice that even creatures that aren't paying rent are wanting to live in it, which explains why this rat decided to crawl underneath the oven and die there. Ashley, being the real MVP, was the one that got her hands dirty and cleaned it all up. Goodbye. Forever. So, pulled out the oven. And this is after sweeping a wee bit.
They're still moving in the back corner.
Stupid maggots. It was definitely a bonding time. There was also a long dead rat that was in the couch, but that one didn't stink as much. But I cleaned that one up. Just heard this morning that another rat has been found. So I think someone else is taking care of that one. I think we're all gonna take our turn cleaning up a rat. A big thing that happened this week was the startup of a new quarter, and with a new quarter, that means beautification day. My team decided to go help out with cleaning the cafeteria. So basically, we've cleaned out all of the cafeteria, so now they're cleaning the floors, and we have to clean all of these chairs because of bird poop, and then all the tables, and then we have to put them back. Wow. So, turns out it was the biggest job because, as I said before, we had to clear all this out, clean all the things, clean the floor, put it all back, and then after lunch, it wasn't mandatory that you came back. So, a couple people came to help. And then for the past 2 hours, there was like 4 of us. And the past hour, there was just like 2 of us. Here's the truth. I was kind of like, this is kind of annoying that there is only 2 of us doing this. Come on, people, be helpful. And then the other side of it was just like, wow, Adri, you're so holy. Look at you. Just what a servant heart. What a servant heart you have. But then it made me think about the rest of my team and like why they couldn't be here. And some of them are injured, so that makes sense. Please do not come. And some of them have jobs, so obviously you can't be here. And then some of them have family, so it's like, yes, go hang out with your family. And then some of them, like, just physically not as strong, which is like, yes, please don't overexert yourself. So I get it. And so it kind of made me think of like the story of the talents, and like God all gives us all different talents and different amounts in different areas. And so like I am like single and healthy and strong. Therefore, this is one of my talents and I should use it. And so it kind of motivated me to feel better and like have the right mindset about what I was doing. Anyways, have a great day. Another fun thing that happened this month was, so I think I've said, and it's still kind of tentative, but very much less tentative. In the summer, we're going to be going to Washington to help out with this Christian TV show that's being shot in Washington. And so the camera person wanted to test out this like a screen thing in which you like, instead of a green screen in the back, you have like an actual video playing on this screen, and then you have the character. And it's like really cool that like when the character like turns or moves, the background moves along with it. Anyways, they want to try to figure that out for this show. And so got to help out with the camera test for that. And that was really cool. I haven't done like grip stuff and like lighting and that kind of stuff in a while. And so it was fun to get back into that and see other people do it. And yeah, it was just a really good time. I think overall that was also a success. And finally, the last thing, there was a man on our team and he's going to Texas for his sister's wedding. And he was like, while I'm there, we're wanting to work on like connecting and whatever with like more people. So he contacted the YWAM Tyler, Texas base and was like, hey, I do filmmaking stuff. My team does filmmaking stuff. Would you want us to come and like teach you some filmmaking things? And they were like, we would love that. And then like totally was just like, yes, please come. Like we will house you and like give you food and please come, bring your people, teach us. And so he presented it to the rest of the group. And then between all of us, because I think there's around 10 of us, we had to decide who wanted to go and it was necessary to go and all that stuff. And so 5 other people decided that they would want to go and that it would be good for them to go. However, traveling costs money. And so and then the tickets that they found were like really expensive. And so we're like, well, I guess we're going to have to fundraise. And so we've been fundraising for the last week and a bit. And I think we averaged with the ticket prices that I found that it would be around $5,000 for all of them to go. Just for like also extra costs of like renting a car and all that stuff. And I think we only gave ourselves like a week, 2 weeks? 2 weeks to fundraise $5,000, and so we're like, Lord, you're gonna have to provide. We looked today at tickets and found way cheaper tickets. Just super excited that we found these tickets and the Lord provided, because I think a couple of the people who were planning on going were like considering, okay, maybe I shouldn't go because we just don't have the money for it. It's been a really fun way to get to know people and to tell them about 24 frames and like be like, hey, we're a school here. They're gonna be leaving Saturday and getting back a week from then. I will have an update about that for you guys, but unfortunately I was not called to go, and so I won't have a first-hand experience, but excited for that. It's gonna be pretty sick. I don't know if I've told you guys, but we've now established that like every Thursday we have like a creative day and we like share what we were doing creatively. And so I presented a script as soon as I could. They ain't really feeling it, that's fine. And then I presented a scene study where like I was just like, I want to do this because it's for acting. Like I'll just do like a camera on myself and like just be kind of talking to the camera. And then everyone was like, no, like, let's make this like a scene study. Like, that will be so fun. But then with this Texas thing coming up, they're like, ooh, we don't have time. And so we're going to be doing that after Texas, as well as I wrote another script where it literally was just like, okay, I'm going to sit down and just like write. Like, don't think about the story too much, didn't change anything, and then presented it the next day or something like that, being like, hey guys, give me grace, like this is like just the first draft or whatever. And then through all of it, all of them were just like laughing and just like having such a great time with it. And they're like, Adria, I don't know if you need to change anything. Like, are you wanting to film this? You want to direct this, right? Like, we're gonna do this, right? And so I'm like, yay! So I think I'm gonna put my first one on the shelf, but definitely focus on the other one because everyone else seemed a whole lot more excited for that one. And I think it really will be really fun to film. Anyways, we'll update you on that stuff when it happens, but it's definitely gonna have to be after Texas. So, for prayer requests, please pray that the Washington thing will go really well and that we'll get the funds for it. We're working really hard to get them. If you want to donate, we would love that. We're still wanting to get, like, to be safe, $2,000 more just to cover the costs of the plane ticket is, I think, $800 more. So yes, would love donations for that, or donations for me to live here. That would be great. Prayer for the Washington project, that would go along really smoothly. It's like a independent, low budget, but like high concept. So also needs money and or just like creativity and connections, you know, like the right connections. And so just like pray for that, and that all the students, because that's going to be during the internship, all the students would be able to come and that it would just all go really well. And pray that the TV show would be like totally God honoring, and like the making of it would be completely giving God glory. Pray for the film industry, that the Lord would just take it over. It is getting loud because people are working, but I wanted to thank you so much for your support and yeah, just watching this video and finding out how I'm doing. Thank you for your prayers and your concerns. That's it for now. Have a good month, week, time.
There's an extra seat. Oh my gosh. 15,000! Yay, the Lord provided! It went from 15,000 to 5,000! They're like, wow, God provided. I know. 45,000 left.
We're going for the last push, just 5 more thousand.
Good catch, Grant.